Well, there's more to it then. Chapter 4. A somehow nostalgic sound can be faintly heard in a dream. Yagumo sits up as if pulled out by the sound and looks around the room in a daze. He's in a clean Japanese-style room, completely unlike his normal room. Where am I? Right, we're staying at the inn at Swano. After solving the letter mystery last night, they showed Kuromochi around and then fell asleep. Ugh, my head feels so heavy. Yagumo scratches his head and looks out the window, half asleep. He can still faintly hear the music from earlier. Is that... When he realizes what the music is, Yagumo takes off his yukata and picks up his clothes. Stretch, stretch, bend, bend. Yagumo heads outside once he's changed. At the entrance, sees Hitoa moving her body to radio calisthenics, playing on her phone. Good morning, Director. Good morning, Director. Hitoa greets Yagumo without missing a beat. Her well-proportioned figure shines as she moves in the morning sun. Ah, so is Hitoa, huh? But to suddenly do radio calisthenics. Now, what an odd child. Unaware of Yagumo's inner thoughts, Hitoa keeps on exercising. The sight of her moving makes Yagumo want to move his body too. I'm sure. Okay. Yagumo sits next to Hitoa and starts exercising with her. While Hitoa is moving easily, Yagumo is in pain due to his lack of exercise. Crack, crack, pop. My joints are crying. As Yagumo's face twists in pain from his joints, Hitoa speaks up while continuing to exercise. There's something that's been bugging me. What's that? The time of the Hoshai Festival. What about it? What the detective said doesn't line up. I still think the husband did it. Yagumo suddenly stops moving and looks at Hitoa. Hitoa stops too and looks back at him. Yesterday the detective told us the estimated time of death, right? Yeah, sometime between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m., right? Isn't that odd? What do you mean? When Hoshai is dedicated to Yasaka, as was written on the scrap of paper. Yasaka's shrine Hoshai dedicated was at 3 p.m., so the time don't match at all. What? You're right. The times don't match at all. Right. Even if the plans change for some reason, something's still off. How could they change plans that suddenly when they've been exchanging letters in secret? Yeah, the time and death don't match the letter. So how do they match each other? Hitoa, the case hasn't been solved yet, has it? I don't think so. In the early morning sun, they silently exchange looks, feeling chills even though it's summer. Meanwhile, the awful, cheerful radio announcer continues to exercise on Hitoa's phone. Ah, yes. Seriously? The case hasn't been solved yet. Magari exclaims in expiration. After his discussion with Hitoa, Yagumo calls for some meeting in the inn room, where Kanade enjoys his tea. Well, that said, we'll keep investigating here for a little bit longer. Sorry, but I asked for your cooperation. Well, no point stopping now. I want to know the truth, too. But, Director, what about the room and the board expenses? You're not going to withhold wages, are you? It's okay, I'll manage. You can't even imagine a straight face, which is a little concerning, but okay. Kanade. Quiz time. Chinese delicacies include bear paw, shark fins, swallow nests, and brains of... monkeys. Correct. Way to go, Kanade. Director, stop messing with Kanade. It was funny. Well, perfect. I guess I found something a little interesting myself. Interesting? Is it a clue of some sort? Not just a clue, it could be a real culprit. Last night I checked all of Kanade's footage from location scouting and found it loud and clear. What was it? Way to go, Aine! What could it be? It's... a UFO. Huh? No reaction? Magari, can you say that one more time? Like I said, a UFO. There's a UFO on camera. What? A UFO? What are you... Why are you mocking me? Oh, come on. Try telling the detective that the real culprit is UFO. They beat you up. No, I'm serious. It's flying clear as day. Oh, and what shape is the UFO? A cigar? An Adamski's flying saucer? A Rendlesham forest orb of light? Or maybe a shapeshifter like the Air France 3532 incident? Whoa, you really know your stuff! Anyway, no, it's not far away to tell its shape, even if you zoom in on it. Oh, sure. And it's a bug or a bird, happens a lot. No, just look and you'll see. It doesn't fly like either of those. Okay, show me later then. Ugh, you don't even want to believe it all. Anyway, Hitoha, good job noticing the discrepancy between the time of the note and the time of deaths. You might just be a natural as a mystery actress. Thanks, but it was just a coincidence. When I did my exercises, I had a sudden epiphany. Oh, when you did your radio calisthenics, huh? As he nods his way, Yagumo suddenly gets an idea in the back of his mind. A detective who gets epiphanies while exercising. That would make a perfect TV role for her. Nah, that's just gonna give the wrong impression no matter how you slice it. Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's nothing. Nothing at all. After their discussion, they grab their things and get up. Okay, time for another day of investigation. Where do we go first? We've only been investigating Mrs. Kuromochi, so let's look at Saya Ito's side of the story. Okay, so we start with Ito's house, huh? Yeah. Yes. All the do-do-do-do's. They head down back street to Sayo Ito's house, only for an angry voice to shatter the silence. Shut up! How long do you plan on tailing me? Hey, please calm down, Ito. I said leave me alone. How many times do I gotta repeat myself? No need to shout. We're investigating your brother's case as thoroughly as we can. So if you remember anything, please tell us. There's nothing for me to tell you. How the hell am I supposed to know about my estranged brother? It seems the detectives are holding another interrogation. Maybe he did it. Maybe he did do it. Maybe he killed out of jealousy. I don't know. But the interrogation, the detectives make no progress with Sakio Ito. With only scowls, and so they leave at the bow. Those two detectives are still here. And it looks like they're still investigating. Maybe they're not quite satisfied with the letters in the same way that we aren't. Maybe, which means they may be holding on to some info that doesn't fit with the lover's suicide. Hopefully we can get the detectives to tell us what that info is. Yagumo calls out to Ito, who stands by the house, staring at the way the detectives left. Hello, Ito. You guys, what do you need? Oh, we thought we'd pay our respects to your younger brother. Not like you even knew him. I don't need your sympathy. Besides, his funerals for close relatives only. Please respect our privacy. Ah, I see. I'm sorry for disturbing you when you're busy. It looks like the detectives were here too. Sako Ito's eye twitch at Yagumo's words before he makes his irritated response. You guys are spying on me again? Sorry, seems we all keep bumping into each other. Those bastards treat me like I'm a suspect. I wish they'd tell me why they treat someone whose brother just commits suicide like that. Well, having multiple police interview is normal. I wouldn't worry too much about it. That doesn't make me feel any better. Yeah, it's totally understandable. Yagumo responds gently to Ito's open frustration with the detectives. Acting sympathetic and convinces others to talk. Since Magari's seen Yagumo in action many times, only she caught on to his tricks. Nothing else? Oh yeah, has Hatoya come by? Huh? Hatoya? Yes, the local doctor, we met him at Kuromochi's. He was apparently Akari's high school classmate. He was yours and Seiya's classmate too. Has he come by here to pay respect? Oh, that Hotoya. I used to call him Cuckoo. He hasn't been here, not that I know of at least. He may have just missed him. Oh, so you haven't seen him yet? Well, he was in love with Akari. That might be why he paid his respect there. Everybody was in love with Akari. He was in love with her, as in recently? I don't know, back in high school, but to be fair, Akari was a real beauty, so lots of guys liked her. I see. It'd be hard to get someone like her out of mind. Maybe he still liked her after she got married. I can see that happening. Of course, you've never had the chance to date, can't you? I still think it might be him now. I'm torn between him and the husband. Yagumo speaks at a distance with Ito's house, where he already knows Sakayo can't hear. What did you think of that conversation? Which one? The part about the detective suspecting him? Yeah. I bet a lot of people get paranoid if they were interrogated over and over, so you might just be overthinking things. When repeatedly interviewed by police, some people may think they're on the ones being suspected, so he may just be jumping at shadows. I don't know. They're twins that looks exactly alike, and twin swap tricks are common mystery trope. So the police might suspect him because of that. True. You do see that a lot. Yeah. Like, maybe the ones who died was actually the older brother and Seiya's the killer. Normally the victim is decapitated in that case with a simple hanging like this. The dental record would give it away. Oh, I guess you got a point. So maybe they faked a switch, and so it was actually the younger Seiya who died after all. That's not even a twist anymore, Hitoa. Oh, right. Okay, forget about the radio calisthenics. This girl's a real airhead. Over their 3-day together, Yagumo's mental image of Hitoa has been slowly overwritten. As Yagumo ponders, Hitoa suddenly claps her hands and speaks up. Oh, what if Mrs. Kuromochi was actually cheating with the older brother Saikyo? Huh? What if she actually liked Seiya, but Saikyo switched places and pretended to be his younger brother so he could go out with her? She thought she was going out with the younger one, but one day she noticed the switch and to get her revenge on Saikyo. Whoa, what the heck? That's a scary thought. Hitoa, your theory is way too scary. It's just a theory. It's almost a psychological horror plot. It's a scary theory, but it is possible. It suddenly complicates this case relationships. There's something I want to check in that regard. Yoshinoya? Once they're back at Yoshinoya, Yagumo quickly instructs Kanade. Kanade, can you make a backup of all the footage you filmed so far? Well, while we're waiting, can I take a shower? I feel all sweaty. While we're waiting, can I take a shower? I feel all sweaty and gross. Me too. We've walked around so much and my feet are swollen too. Your feet look the same size to me. Shut up. Magari and Hitoa get out. Everyone rests and relaxes as they wait for the backup to complete. Okay. Alright, Ito's house is behind here, isn't it? Maybe the owner can tell me something about Seiya Ito. Without money, Yasuo returns to the owner. Excuse me, were you close to the late Seiya Ito? Me? Not really. He wasn't exactly sociable. Oh, if you want to know more about him, why don't you try asking at Fondoya? He often bought incense there, apparently. Fondoya? Oh, you mean the Fondoya Shichiemon, mercantile house. Mercantile? Yes, exactly, that's the place. You know what the place, Magari? It's the Tsuwano tourist attraction. I put it on the list for location scouting, but forgot about it due to the whole mess. I see, perfect, let's go visit the shop then. Roger, I'll make an appointment. Raimila makes a call as they leave Yoshinaga Rice Store. Bye, rice dealer. There's no rice dealer like our rice dealer. He's the best rice dealer. It's all kind of rice. Good prices, too. Whoa. What a nice house. The studio arrives for their appointment. A well-mannered couple greets them. Once inside the tatami room, the visitors stare at wonder at the historic atmosphere. This house was built in Kaie 6, 1853. Its residents have taken good care of it since. You often see old houses used for farm, but it's rare to see one as a mercantile house. Mercantile? True. As a result, we've been designated as a tangible cultural property. That's amazing. Is it okay for us to be here? Please don't worry about it. In fact, we offer guest tea ceremonies with garden view here. Tea ceremonies? Indeed, tea culture is quite developed here since Tuano promoted tea in Edo period. Ah. This place seems so historic. I'm losing my sense of time. I know, right? Get to see something interesting. Essen pulls out account books from chest with Hell Record, handwritten on the cover. It's an old artifact that likes of which Yagumo has only seen in period dramas and Edo artwork. Hell Records? That's kind of scary name. It's an old record of loan debt, so it certainly was scary to the borrowers. With that, he flips through the account book. As Amaya looks on in great curiosity, he notices some familiar words. Does that say Kuromochi? Yes, they owned a lot of land in the Edo period, so they must have had some business transactions. Huh. So they weren't that influential back then? Yes, even 2 generations ago in the Showa era, they owned the mountain forest behind their house. 2 generations ago. So what about now? Oh, well, I don't know. The owner gives a vague answer. He probably doesn't want to divulge someone else's financial status, so Yagumo doesn't press him. Excuse me, there's something I'd like to ask. Oh, what is it? It's about the recently departed Seiya Ito. Oh. He was a suicide victim in a small town. It's only natural the whole town would know. But his name comes up, pity fills the couple's face. And the poor lad, he was so young. He would often purchase incense from us. Quite a serious fellow, that one. Incense? Yes, severe asthma gave him many sleepless nights, so he used sleep-enhancing incense. That doesn't seem smart. You smoke an asthma. Asthma? Was it that bad? Yes, he would have attacks so bad it was painful to watch. I see. The expert peddler did say the man thought to be Seiya Ito wore a mask. Was it for asthma? Or was it to conceal his face and... Ooh! The guy coughing at the fair. Kuromochi confronted him. Made him leave. Ooh, ooh. Putting shit together. I went to his face and hide a switcheroo. To think two people would die of strange causes. To think two people would die of strange causes in the same day. What's going on? Indeed, Taiko Dani's Inari seems mad too. What about Taiko Dani Inari? Oh, nothing. Okay, guess that's it. So I'm supposed to go to there. Once they're back at the machine, he quickly instructs Kanade. Or saving stuff again. Okay. But not here. Okay, so he said Inari, so let's go to the Inari Shrine then. Seems to make the most sense to me. Oh, no. When they get up to the Taiko Dani Inari Shrine, they spot some unexpected faces. Huh, those are the detectives, right? Are they interviewing people? I read that in the wrong voice. Well, if the investigation's still ongoing, they must have doubts about it being a lover's suicide. If they're interviewing here, then judging by that, by what we saw, they must suspect Sakio Ito. Probably. If only we could get some information about the case on that. But I can't read today. You. If the investigation's not over, the detective must still doubt something, huh? But what? If they just tell us, things would be easier. Well, let's go tell them. Talk to us! Are you interviewing detectives? Huh? Oh, you guys again. It's a small town, we're bound to bump into each other. Anyway, it looks like you're still investigating. Are you still doubts about the case? Well, as classified information, we have no obligation to tell civilians. Hey, come on, we solved one mystery together last night, didn't we? We're on the same side. That doesn't mean we can just divulge classified case information. Now move along. Doesn't seem like they're willing to talk. The detectives shoo Yagumo away like a dog. Oh, it doesn't look like we're getting enough information. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. What, you got a plan? Well, kinda. Hey, Hitoa. Huh? Me? Yeah, I got a favor to ask you. Huh? My girl whispers in Hito's confused ear. Hitoa is surprised and confused at what she hears, but eventually she nods reluctantly. You're gonna... Stumped, Hitoa falls silent. What the hell did Mura tell Hito? Excuse me, detectives! Yagumo calls out to the detectives once again. This time he brings Hitoha with him. You sure are persistent. We're not talking. Keep it up in the obstruction of justice. If the investigation's not over, that means we are still suspects and can't freely location scout. Boo-hoo, that's how investigations are. Deal with it. Yeah, now do your civic duty and deal with it. But we're so anxious. Aw, Hitoha. Hitoha murmurs anxiously as her eyes tear up. As a big fan of hers, Keishin starts stammering. I feel so uneasy thinking you two suspect me. I can't sleep at night. Oh, you're fine, Hitoa. I don't see you as a suspect. But if the investigation's not over, that means there's some doubt cast over us, doesn't it? No. There's no doubt cast on you at all, Hitoa. Mrs. Kuramochi's autopsy found sleep medicine in her system, so we're tracking that down. I think the husband did it. Now, unless he should have sent sleep meds in the... I doubt it. Sleep meds? Never reacts to Kaishino's words. Upon reason what just happened, Misawa elbows Kashino in the gut. Hey! Sorry. Hold on. You mean there's a possibility Mrs. Kuramochi took sleep meds before her chlorine gas suicide? That's a little strange, but if it was to reduce her suffering and fear, it makes some sense. Is there something more suspicious than that? Who knows? No more questions. Kaishino, did anything else happen? The sleep meds aren't over the counter, so there's a question on where she got them. Don't tell them that, you idiot! Owie! Kaishino gets hit on the head hard. And yet, Yagumo keeps piling on the questions. And would it make sense to continue investigating on the question of sleep meds alone? Judging by your behavior, detective, it seems you're suspecting murder and not suicide. Is there some sort of reason to suspect murder? We're not going to answer that. Now hurry up and get... Kaishino, what happens? Well, after last night, we had the toy capsules fingerprint, but only prints we could find were Mrs. Kuramochi's, so the only prints are Mrs. Kuramochi's? For the last time! Stop talking already! Yeah. Fierce Detective Misawa spin kicks, sends Detective Kashina flying back. Yagumo quickly retreats, leaving the two detectives to sort out their rage. They make it halfway across the Torii corridor and stop when they know the detectives aren't looking. Well done, Hitoha! I'm glad it worked out, but I feel a little sorry for Kashino. Now, as a result, we got precious information, so it was worth it. Nice idea, Magari. You've grown quite cunning, but doing dirty deeds under my direction. Well, that's business. But could you stop calling them dirty deeds? We're not done cheating, especially when we're the one making me do them. But it's the truth. For crying out loud. But if the only fingerprints on the capsules are Mrs. Kuramochi's, what does that mean? If last night's solution to the puzzle is correct, then it makes sense to find Seiya Ito's prints. Maybe the fingerprints washed away in the aqueduct. Fingerprints are formed when skin oils, so floating in water not enough to erase them. Which means he made sure not to leave prints. If he did, that'd be a little odd. Yes, it would. I remember the guy coughing. Tokima's at Yasaka Shrine. He's slowly moving around the main building, perhaps shooting footage with his camera. Doing camera work today, Tokima? Yeah, well, it's Ito's my writer, and he's busy dealing with his brother's death. So I'm doing the camera work for now. Oh, does Ito normally do it? Yeah, he's more skilled than I am, look. Tokima rummages through his shoulder bag, eventually pulls out a magazine. Here's an article from last month's issue. He opens up to a certain page and shows it to Studio Yagumo. The writer credit does indeed say Sakio Ito. Right? He did all the writing and photography for the article Live and Legend of Ura and Kibi. This photo of Ki Castle has such a dynamic composition, doesn't it? Whoa, it sure does. What do you think, Kanade? Good. Kanade gives Magari a deep nod in agreement. Though he uses a different medium, as a cameraman, Kanade can vouch for Sakio Ito's skill. He's got a few people problems, but with his skill, I can see why he's valued as a writer. I see. Where do we want to go? Nope. Not this. Oh, I forgot. Forgot what? Oh, Wachihara Hachimangu is famous for horseback archery, so we should film the horse track. Ah, you're still up for location scouting, huh? Of course I am. I just kind of forgot. Honestly, I kind of forgot our original goal too. Well, anyway, it's close by, so let's go visit. As per Yagumo's suggestion, they head out. Oops, I'm on auto. Gotta turn that off. There's a horse track. Where's the horse track? We turn off auto. Director, do we have business here? Well, I wanted to check that switcheroo theory, so I thought I'd ask the accessory guy. Switcheroo theory? You mean how I said it could have been Saikyo Ito, who went out with Mrs. Kuromochi? I know I said it, but it's just a fun theory. I don't think it actually is right. Everything is possible. Narrow down possibilities, and eventually you'll reveal the truth. We take our eyes off him for a second, and he started to look real feminine. No, that's just a woman's. That woman's just a different person from the guy. No, that woman is just a different person from the guy the other day. As they talk to each other from the stall, the shopkeeper cheerfully calls out to them. What's up? What's talking about? We bought accessories the other day and wanted to see the shopkeeper who was here. To the wrong voice. Oh, hey, oops, no. Stop. Keep the buttons. Fingers away from the buttons. But it's hard to hold the controllers if I don't. What did you need him for? If he returns our complaints, please refrain. No, there's something we wanted to ask him about. Oh, I see. In that case, come back later. I'll tell him you were looking for him. Yeah, will do. Okay. Ito's house has gotten quiet and devoid of human presence. Nobody's around. Should we try ringing the bell? His brother Sakio might be in there. Emma tries ringing the bell several times, but no matter how long they wait, there's no sign of anyone coming out. Let's force our way in! No? Okay. To the rice store. Ready to return after presuming the goods at the storefront. Director, they sell drinks I've never heard of. What is it? Some sort of bottle juice called Plusi. Plus, yeah. Oh dear. You ever heard of it, Director? Plusi. Can't say I have. Is it a local drink? Ah, that! Hunter cuts in, seemingly having heard three conversation. It's not local, it's sold nationwide. Plusi is a staple of old rice stores. Why do rice stores sell juice? It's originally sold by a pharmaceutical company who didn't have the supply chain to sell at retail, so they ended up selling primarily at rice stores. That's some odd juice. Interesting. Why don't we try some? Sounds good. Let's all drink it together. Each buy a bottle of Plusi and taste it for the first time. I don't even want to know. Pick that name. Okay. You're welcome even without an appointment. Okay, so still nothing. Guess we're going home. So all I can think of is going back to the hotel then. But I'm probably wrong. Or maybe I have to go to the... I have to go to the... Okay. Back to the Kuromochi's mansion? Yep. Whoa. Excuse me. Emma enters Kuromochi's mansion and he nearly runs into Hatoya on his way out. Oh, you're the guest from yesterday. I'm Yagumo from Yagumo Studio. We have business relations with Kuromochi. Ah, I see. Are you here to visit him? Yes, is he in? Yes, but unfortunately he's resting right now as he feels unwell. I came to deliver medicine but couldn't see him, so I handed it off to Miss Shiba. I see. Watch, Shiba's the actual culprit because she's like in love with Sato. I see. Is the medicine for Kuromochi's finger rash? Yes, I could figure out the cause yesterday, but I finally got it and wrote a prescription. The cause? He wasn't stung by a bug? Oh, it wasn't a bug, it was an allergy. Huh, what sort of allergy? That's classified patient information, sorry. Oh, right, of course. Okay, husband. Probably the chlorine. There's no signs of any officers at the hallway leading Mrs. Kuromochi's room. It seems the on-site investigation over as the police tape has been removed. Looks like we can go in. Yeah, let's check the room for now. Ugh, it's a mess. Hate to be the one who's got to clean it. The room's littered with tape marking off evidence and aluminum fingerprints powder. I guess this really is how crime scenes turn out. Yeah, investigation's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. Why don't we do some of it ourselves? Nothing's been cleaned up yet, so the police must have preserved the crime scene as it was when the body was discovered. There's white powder over the floor. Should we avoid stepping on it? No, they probably finished fingerprinting long ago, so it shouldn't be a problem. Oh. Midori nods, but still does her best to avoid stepping in the powder as she walks around the room. This window faces outside to let sunlight in. It's cracked open a bit. And the window has been opened at a slight angle so that there's a small gap at the top. That's weird. If you're going to commit suicide by chlorine gas, you'd seal the room airtight, right? Well, chlorine gas sinks, so I don't think a crack like this would be enough to ventilate. But if you're that set on suicide, you'd at least be thorough enough to close it, right? There's a window facing the hallway, with a small panel of decorative glass. Shiba used this window to check on Mrs. Kuromochi before 3 p.m. on the day of the incident, right? Probably. I doubt she'd go all the way outside to peek through that window over there. From this angle, all she'd be able to see is Miss Kuromochi's upper body in the rocking chair, which means she didn't notice the metal basin placed on the floor. Just to be sure, Yagumo carefully examines where Mrs. Kuromochi sat. Was there a poison needle on her seat or some sort of trick like that? He stares at the seat and back at the chair, but there's no evidence of tampering. This window's completely fixed in place. Doesn't look like it slides open or anything. The police took the paper, so other than that, there's nothing overly suspicious. No? Alright. There's nobody in the kitchen, just the results of Shiba's fruitless struggle against the trash. Is it gonna be like this until trash day? I feel anxious thinking about this trash being left out in this seasonal heat. There's a putrid smell spreading already, causing Yagumo to turn away from the kitchen. Ugh. There's nobody to be found in the reception room. Alright, the doctor said Kuromochi's been resting since he wasn't feeling good. Right, if he's asleep, we shouldn't wake him up. Alright, back to the garden then. Shiba's feeding the carp in Kuromochi's garden. So it's your job to feed the carp now, huh, Shiba? Yes, the professor has never interested in them, so now that his wife passed away, it's my job. Ah. Everyone falls awkwardly silent, but then Shiba decides to speak up. Have you heard the rumor in town? Huh? What rumor? We haven't heard anything in particular, right, Director? Nope, there's a rumor. Well, several people have been talking about it since yesterday, so I'm quite curious. What sort of rumor was it? I'll tell you, but please don't laugh, okay? Huh? Okay. Oh, it's okay, we won't laugh. Okay, I'll tell you then. You see, a will-o-wisp appeared at Taikoden Inari Shrine. Huh? A will-o-wisp? That's quite intriguing. If it's legit, I'd like to get it on camera, but when was it seen? Apparently, the night Mrs. Kuromochi died. Late at night, near Taikodani Inari Shrine Torii Corridor, a will-o-wisp flashed in pure darkness. For about 10 minutes, it flashed in the middle of the Torii corridor and disappeared entirely. Yagumo tries to mentally visualize Shiba's words. Is it a camera flash? Underneath a pitch-black sky lies Suwano Castle's mountain like a giant lump of coal. Torii corridor transforms into a staircase from the spirit world. A glossy light rises from the below. It feels too real to be a dream, as if it's a living history of folklore of Suwano. Whoa, that's scary. It's real damn scary if you think about it. Yeah, since Mrs. Kuromochi died that night, many say it's Inari leading her soul away. Ugh, that's even scarier. Oh. Director, this place is crazy. First UFOs and now a will-o-wisp. It's like an occult convention. Forget about the UFO for now. Shiba, you sure it's not an illusion or something? Well, lots of people say they saw it, so I doubt it's just a hoax. Magari and Hitoa shiver in fear. Yagumo crosses his arms in thought. Perhaps inspired by Magari's fear, Yagumo shudders at the thought that there could be some frightening secret lurking in the shadows. Okay, it's not here. One of the shrines, right? Oh, that's right. Okay. Not here. Tokimo, are you checking out your photos? Yeah, I'm checking what I just shot, but is there a problem? Nah. It's just that my shots seem a bit lacking. Okay, stop walking in the sand, buddy. Nah, it just seems my shots seem a bit lacking compared to Ito's, but I don't know what's off. Then would you like some advice from Kanade? Video and still photography may differ, but there's gotta be at least some overlap in know-how. Yes, please, that'd be a big help. For a while, Studio Gamu, mostly Kanade gives Takimo some photographic advice. Well, that was fun. Maybe the guy's back now. He's back! Yo, man, come to buy something again? No, just want to ask a bit more about a couple you told us about yesterday. Huh? More, but like I said yesterday, that was like half a year ago, man. You said the man was wearing a mask, right? Yeah, that I do remember, no doubt about it. But did we have any sort of obvious symptoms, like an asthma attack? Alright, he did have a coughing fit, I remember now, like I totally do, man. Really? His back like hunched over from pain, dude. The woman tried comforting him. That probably was like an asthma attack, right? I know asthmatics who like suffer the same way. I see. Okay, thanks. That clears up one thing. Thank you so much. Huh? That's it? Like... yeah? Yeah, probably. Thanks. Steps away from the stall and huddles for discussion. Definitely seems like it was Seiya. Seiya who was dating Mrs. Kuromochi. Sakio's not asthmatic after all. Well, even if there was a new switcheroo, I doubt he'd take his acting that far. What's wrong, Director? Wait, a coughing fit. Why does that seem familiar? What was it? I can't remember. Yomo scratches his head as he tries tugging at the tangled threads of memories inside. Others look at him because his brain flashes back to an event leading up to today. Itoa's radiocalisthenics. The scuffle between Sakio, Ito, and Kuromochi. Discovery of Mrs. Kuromochi's body. And finally... I see. Back then. Shh. Ah, it's okay. You're good. Yagumo suddenly shouts and pops open his eyes. Whoa! Whoa, don't shock me like that. What's wrong, Director? The Hoshiai Festival, when we were shooting at the Hoshiai Festival. We were filming in front of a Yoshinaga rice store, and there was a guy who was coughing, remember? Ah. Kuromochi gave him a warning. Yeah, him. That was Seiya Ito, wasn't it? If so, then maybe Kuromochi wasn't just warning him about his coughing. You mean... Kanade. Did you catch that incident on film? Great, let's go to the inn and check out the footage. Yagumo impatiently leads the studio to the inn. I want to finish this. I want to know. I want to know who did it. I want to... All things are pointing to the husband, but I'm also like, what if the doctor was jealous? Back at Yoshina Studio, Yagumo checks the heroin dance footage in the parked van. Since the files have already been split, they easily find the scene in question. How is it? You're right, Director. Look at the guy Kuromochi's talking to. It looks just like Saikyo, but with a mask and different hair. At this time, Kuromochi definitely talked to Seiya Ito. He's handing him something. So that really was Seiya Ito, huh? He estimated time of death between 4 and 6 p.m. This footage was filmed at 4:50 p.m., so he had to have died after that. Yeah, so right before he died, he talked with Kuromochi. But what did they talk about? What was he handing him? Damn it, if only we could hear their conversation. Is there anything that you can do about that, Magari? No way. Not with the shotgun mic pointed away at a distance, and with them whispering like that? Okay, I guess it's time to bring out some big guns. Magari, it's time to show off your special skill. Lip reading, go. Roger that. Random skill for plot purposes. Magari presses the play bar and seriously stares at the screen. Tension fills the van. That ain't no special skill of mine. I love her. Figures. Okay, I know I joined in on the joke, but please don't be ridiculous. Sorry. Magari and Yagumo's shoulders slump. Beside him, Hito suddenly leans and points at the screen. Huh? Oh, pause it right there. What's wrong? I noticed something curious. Look. Is it him handing him something? Look at Kuromochi's hand. Is he holding something? You're right. It looks like he's showing it to Seiya Ito. Reacting to what they said, Magari zooms in on Kuromochi's hand. 2 times, 3 times. Ah. Everyone gasps. That looks exactly like the accessory Mrs. Kuromochi was wearing. Kuromochi had Akari's accessory when he talked to Seiya Ito. Put them side by side and look. She lines up the printed pictures of Mrs. Kuromochi's accessory next to the screen. Side by side, the similarity is all too clear. Kuromochi got the accessory his wife got from Seiya Ito and is shoving it in the man's face. Is he telling him, I know you two are cheating? Even if he is, the accessories from the shop are all handmade and one of a kind, remember? So how did Kuromochi have it at this time when it was with his wife's body when she died? Well, maybe he gently put it back on her neck when he discovered her body? That would mean she was complicit. They both went to her room at the same time. She doesn't look like the type to be complicit in a case like that, you know? You're right. Yagumo and Magari furrow their brows. They ponder the new inexplicable truth. Hitoa then raises her hand. May I share an opinion? Go ahead, Hitoa. Okay, well, I got a theory. It might have something to do with Kuromochi's finger rash. Huh? How so? Someone I know has this hobby, you see. I see, that's certainly a possibility. I'd like to get some more proof, but Dr. Heitoya said he'd figure out what it was, so we've got no choice but to ask him. But I don't think he'll divulge private patient information. Normally he wouldn't, but if my hunch is correct, he's got a weakness we can use to make him talk. Weakness? Yeah, if we just abuse the weakness, then... That's not a good look on your face. That's a little scary. Just a little. Zoom walks to Haitoya Clinic. Thanks to the map Maguri put on her phone before the incident, they easily find the cozy clinic. Hey, buddy. Huh? You're all here together? Is someone feeling bad? Oh no, doctor. Just wanted to ask something relating to Mrs. Kuromochi and Seiya Ito's death. As soon as Yagumo says that, Haitoya looks clearly on guard. That excess caution is enough to convince Yagumo about Hatoya's weakness. And what might that be? I don't think there's much I can answer. Well, I asked her about Kuromochi's ring rash. That's some sort of allergy, right? Oh, that. Sorry, but as I mentioned, I can't answer that due to confidentiality compliance. It'd be a very different story if you were the police, though. I knew it wouldn't be that easy. In that case, I'm sorry, but you leave me no choice. Dr. Hatoya, are you sure you can't tell us? I'm sorry, but as a doctor, there are rules I simply must uphold. Rules you must uphold as a doctor, huh? Well, yeah, doctors have a strict ethical code. Medical practitioners have long upheld the Hippocratic Oath. Or so I hear. Well, you're well informed, so you know it says whatever I see or hear in the lives of my patient I keep secret, correct? I just don't hold that part. I see, I do vaguely remember that line, but I don't remember this one. I will not give a lethal drug to anyone if asked, nor will I advise such a plan. As soon as Yagumo firmly recites that line, Hatoya quickly turns pale. Noticing that change, Esmo carefully chooses his next words as he moves in for the checkmate. Let me say that one more time. I will not give a lethal drug to anyone if asked, nor will I advise such a plan. You do uphold that part as well, correct? Of course. What are you trying to imply? Well, you see, it's got a little something to do with Mrs. Kuromochi's death. Mrs. Kuromochi thought they found sleeping medication. It was a prescription strength, too. In a small town like this, I figured this clinic is the only place to get something like that. Well, the detectives already asked about that, but I told them I don't know. Why would I have a reason to prescribe something like that to Akari? I don't know. I could see you giving her a prescription if she asked. After all. You liked her back when she was your classmate in high school, didn't you? What? Who told you that? Barry starts trembling at Yagumo's words. Yeah, as a sign of spring into action, Yagumo keeps talking about without answering Hatoya. I understand, even as an adult, you still had feelings for her, right? If someone like that begged for prescriptions, I wouldn't blame you for giving it to her. Cut it out. I told the police I didn't prescribe it to her. Are you accusing me of false testimony? No, I'm not. Huh? As far as I can tell, you're an upstanding citizen. I don't think you'd lie to the police. What? Really? Really, but... Do I think you lied? No. Do I think you failed to tell the truth? Possibly. Huh? If they don't ask and you don't tell, it's no lie. It has nothing to feel guilty about either. What are you implying? You didn't hand over the sleep meds to Mrs. Kuromochi. That part's probably not a lie. But what if you gave the meds to someone else and that someone else handed it off to her? In other words... Kuromochi's pawned water from some outfit. Used it to deliver the meds to someone. I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, no. Wrong one. Oh, no. Hold on, let me get my thoughts together. That's not it. Oh, man. You use the fact that Mrs. Kuromochi is banned from smartphone use. How? Nope. Hey, it's not my... I only have 3 options. gave them to Ito because of his asthma. Oh, duh. His asthma was so bad he couldn't sleep. You prescribed the sleep meds to him, didn't you? When you heard Mrs. Kuromochi's autopsy results from the detectives, you immediately realized the sleep meds were what you prescribed Seiya Ito. You feared you contributed to her death, so you conveniently failed to mention that fact to the detectives, didn't you? Okay. Hideo droops his shoulder, hangs his head as he slowly murmurs. Yes, exactly. About a month ago, he said he couldn't sleep, so I procured him nitrazepam. I never thought that it'd be used in Akari's suicide. If I knew it would be used like that, I never would have prescribed it. Never. Da-da-da-da. With his head down, Yagumo gently steps up to Hitoha. He places his hand on Hito's shoulder and smiles as he completely changes his tone. Dr. Hatoya, there's no need to worry. You just happened to prescribe sleep meds. They would have died with or without them. It wasn't your fault, Doctor, not one bit. You think so? Yeah, but we need to reveal the truth of this case for Akari's sake, and we need your help, Doctor. So can you tell me about Kuromochi's allergies? Okay. As if hypnotized by Yagumo's gentle tone, Hitoya finally speaks up. Kuromochi's finger rash was a resin allergy. Yagumo and Hitoya exchange glances, but they remain silent, and Hitoya continues. When I was examining him here, I just couldn't figure it out. I knew it wasn't a bug sting, but an allergy. But to what? It's hard to tell on symptoms alone. So how did you figure it out? I consulted Kuromochi's personal dentist to see if he knew anything. Apparently he had an allergy patch test to prepare for an earlier surgery. It turns out he has a resin allergy. A resin allergy? Yeah, they use resin in some dental surgery, so what, did he force the sleeping pills in her down her throat? I see. And there's no doubt about it. Well, thank you so much for the info. It's a big help. No problem, but how is it related to the case? You'll find out soon enough, now if you'll excuse us. Dr. Hitoya looks confused as Studio Yagumo leaves the clinic. Studio Yagumo stretches wide and takes a deep breath. Somehow we managed to get some info out of him. Now I have proof to back up your theory, Hitoha. Well done. Oh. What's wrong? Well, I was just a bit shocked. Aine told me how you get when you cross-examine someone, but that was my first time seeing it. Oh. I can't blame you. It's kind of intimidating, huh? Even if they haven't done anything wrong, he really pours out in the questions. Poor things. Hey, well, that's just a technique to confuse them into revealing the truth, and I mean, we got the info we wanted. Yeah, but you ran him down with questions. You asked him, like, one last gentle question like a demon. Oh, shut up. I'm not a police officer, and I'm no superhero either, so what does it matter? Someone's getting mad. Anyway, we got some useful info. Now we just need to fit into the last piece of puzzle. The last puzzle piece? Yeah, whatever I said. What's that exactly? Everyone grins as the girl's questions. The UFO, that's what. Huh? Wait, I thought you didn't believe in it. Well, I just realized that the most important key to the case was the UFO. Let's check it out now. Alright, the girl's dumbfounded looks. Yagumo triumphantly marches away. I am fascinated and confused all at the same time. Finishing the man. So where's this UFO? Hang on, just a second. There, see? Right there! You're right, there really is a UFO. On screen is footage from the Heron's Dance with the dedicated at Yasaka Shrine shot by Kanade. A black spot clearly cuts through the sky from the left of the frame, swaying up and down. Wow, I can't see it as anything but a UFO. You were right, Aine. I know, right? There's no way it's a bird or bug. Magari, can you zoom in? I tried, but it's too far away. It just becomes a blurry blob of dots. I see. Well, that's fine. More importantly, Kanade. I want to know where the thing came from and where it went. Know where the Know where the camera was pointed? Magari catches onto what Yagumo's getting at and brings up the map at Suwano. Kanade and Magari talk things out before coming up to the agreement and drawing a red line on the map. It's a bit hard to tell how far away the UFO was, but as far as direction goes, it's got to be this. Whoa. Ah! Upon seeing the red line on the map, both Yagumo and Hito gasp in surprise. The line clearly connects the area by Kuromochi's to Taigadani Inari Shrine. It flew from Kuromochi's mansion towards Taikodani Inari. What does that mean? A drone. Guess we'll have to find out ourselves. Let's split up for now, but reconvene in my room at midnight, okay? At midnight? Okay, but what for? Noah grins at the girl's confusion. We're going on a UFO and a will-o-wisp hunt.